guys, welcome to What I Hate Wednesday. I got called into work today. One of my coworkers is sick, so she asked if I can cover her for the morning. I have a meeting for my other job this afternoon, so I was like, I can stay till 1:30, but anyways, we do have a third person, or like another person working. Anyway, so I'm not very happy. I wanted to relax today. I only have one more day off after this before back to the regular schedule, vet and then teaching, so. But I have for breakfast some actually raisin bread. Look how raisiny that is. It was from Cobb's Bakery. I think it was given to us by Dan's parents. So I decided not to do my typical peanut butter, just enjoy the actual more flavor. So I put on a little bit of unsweetened blueberry jam because I figured that would go better with raisins than peanut butter. With me, I am taking a muffin. We had 5 like really brown bananas, so I made a whole bunch of banana muffins. I didn't have any nuts or chocolate chips, so they're just banana muffins with lots of bananas in them, but they're really good. I don't have a lot of leftovers because I wasn't planning on coming to work today. I didn't make myself dinner yesterday knowing, oh, I'm gonna need lots of leftovers. But from the day before, we have a little bit of quinoa. It was a side dish from when we ordered from Original Joe's on the weekend. So a tiny amount, but we shall see. Hopefully I'll have time to come home before I go to my meeting. Hopefully the girl will come and relieve me. Not too close, so I have to go right from, but we shall see. But everyone gets sick, so if I was sick, she would do the same. So it was no questions. I was like, oh, of course, yes, and rest up. But I'm still not happy about it. Also, to start my day, I had some coffee. I opened one of the 4 Christmas packs that I got. So this one is eggnog. It's really good. I like it, except that it's really finely ground, and I put it in the reusable K-cups, and the Keurig doesn't really like the super fine ground coffee. So it trickles through 3 times slower than it would like when you use regularly ground coffee, but the outcome tastes good. It just is like coming drip by drip instead of the nice stream. Oh, there's my alarm, meaning I gotta finish up and go. So I'll make my tea and show you what I'm bringing. For tea, I am steeping. This one is raspberry cream pie. So of all the David's tea in the advent calendar, I liked the most was the Candy Cane Crush, which I did buy a big container of. And then I remember liking the raspberry cream pie when I had it. I was like, oh, it's pretty good. So then this past week I've been kind of going back and trying to actually use them up. So I had a little bit of this raspberry one yesterday because in each little container I still get like 3 brews. So I had some yesterday. I'm like, I do like this one. So anyways, I finished it off today. So the last little amount is steeping, and I don't know, I'll see how I feel after today. I may have to go back and buy it. We'll see. But yeah, I like that one. Alright, so off to work now, and I'll see you guys this afternoon. It ended up being crazy, and I didn't get time to come home or anything, so, but I am back. I thought it was a possibility, but whatever. So I want to make a was it a mushroom, like a tortilla kind of thing, but vegetarian. So because I was like, I've been eyeing that recipe, and this is the last, like today and tomorrow are the last days when I don't work. So, well, although I work today, but I'm home at 4:30, whereas usually I only get home at 7:45. It takes like an hour to bake and some prep time, so I'm gonna go do it today. However, we still have to get some ingredients for it. I wasn't organized enough to do it. So in the meantime, before I do that, I need to have a snack. So I'm having some hummus with crackers. We're gonna do pitas, but then crackers are out, so. Who's like hummus? So I'm ready to start. This recipe I found like about a month ago, and I bookmarked it, and I kept wanting to do it, but I don't know, then I just got busy with the holidays, and then plus when I only come home from work at like 6 o'clock or 7:30 or whenever, 7:45, I don't feel like cooking then for like 2 hours. So anyways, finally doing it today. I'm really excited about it. So it's a lot of different steps, like I said, but hopefully it won't be too hard. So it's from ricardocuisine.com. vegetarian savory pie with chickpeas and mushrooms. So I cut up 2 onions and adding them into about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Then I also added some leeks and garlic, and now I'm regretting my small pan. That's alright. So I'm just gonna cook this down until it is nice and soft and then set it aside. So in the meantime, I am also going to be working on my mushrooms. For the mushrooms, I'm using a combination of brown and white. They said a pound of white mushrooms, but I don't know. I like brown as well. So anyways, I did half and half. So for me, a pound was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 very big mushrooms. You can kind of see, yeah, that's pretty big. So now comes the easy part. We're just gonna throw them in the food processor. So I think I will have to cut them a little bit just so that they'll fit. But, okay, that was a bad cut. I'm looking through the viewfinder, but not. Anyways, and then gonna just blend them so they are nice and finely chopped. As I read more of the instructions, the mush of the mushrooms has to go into here, so I realized I did need to use a bigger pan. Now, this actually looks like ground beef. Well, from a vegetarian's perspective. Anyways, well, maybe not ground beef. Ground beef puree, there we go. So now just mixing this with the onions for about 5 minutes. It's gonna call for wine in 4 minutes, so I'll also enjoy some. Not bad. For the wine, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup. And then we're just going to let this, I'm gonna stir it and then let it simmer until all the wine has evaporated. So really, you're just getting a little bit of that, instilling the flavor of it, but yeah. All right, and then in the meantime, I have chickpeas. This is actually too big a container, but we don't have a smaller one. So I'm not gonna use all of it. I'm just gonna use 3/4 of it. And then the other quarter tomorrow or another day soon, I'll just do the chickpeas in the oven roasted. So then also adding, I did some Dijon mustard. Oh yeah, Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons. Ooh. I actually should have added this while I added the wine. And then some spices. We're gonna do some cinnamon. And then a little bit of nutmeg. And then just a tiny bit of cloves. There we go. And mixing that up and continuing to let the wine evaporate. The final step for the filling is to add the chickpeas and mix. And then I can take it off the heat and I'm going to start my pastry dough. For the pie dough, we're not using butter. Instead, we're mixing 1/4 cup water, 1/2 cup of oil, and a tablespoon of honey. Obviously, if you're doing it vegan, you could use like agave or like stevia sweetener or something else, but I'm making it vegetarian, not vegan. So I've mixed this. I can see my glob of honey for the most part. And then I have 2 cups of flour and a little bit of salt. So once I kind of mix a little bit better, I'm gonna pour that into my dry ingredients. And then just using a fork, I'm going to mix this. We want it just to get mixed enough, but not over mixed. I don't think I've ever made a crust without using like making it a butter crust. So now I have molded them into 2 somewhat halves. This is going to be the top, so it's a little less. So now I'm going to roll it between 2 sheets of parchment paper. I'm half worried that it's just going to completely fall apart, but we shall see. Let me peek. Actually, it's alright. Thankfully, it worked. So I'm just going to put this under or on top. Almost works. Just do a little bit more. There we go. I can see it cracking a little, but that's great. There we go. I'm just gonna trim off some of the excess. I am gonna give it a little bit extra. just because once it's hopefully filled, it'll be a little bumpy. It won't lie completely flat. But alright, so setting that one aside, I'm now going to do the bottom. So now comes the moment of truth, and I honestly haven't made a lot of pies, but I'm gonna put this into our bowl, or our pie sheet, or pie pan. Ah, no! Alright, that's alright. So I can, you know, this that's excess, I can stuff it on this side. Not perfect, but again, it's just Dan and I having this. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable serving this at all, but just for us, that's alright. Finally, this part is done. Let me do a little bit more reinforcement there. So now we're going to get our filling and bring it over and put it in here. Our interesting looking filling, and now I wish this was a dessert pie, but it's not. So just putting this in here. There we go. It's in there. Nice. That's a very substantial pie, but I guess it's savory pie, so that's quite heavy. Alright, so then I have this, and ideally they say just to make some like slits in it, just so the air can escape, but I'm just going to do a couple of, actually I think now, that one was probably too far away, but just going to take a little bit of these designs out, just a little bit. And now I'm going to put this on here. And then going to, there's a little bit of edge here, so I'm going to crimp this down, which I think I'll find a fork. So then it's not going to pour all over the place, so we're just going to seal it up. And then we can finally put it in the oven soon. Actually, I'm going to brush it with a little bit of milk, and that'll help get a nice brown shine on it. So a little bit of milk. And so the oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're gonna put this in for 55 minutes. So it's gonna be an hour till we get to eat. It has about 15 minutes left. The edges are starting to get a little brown, so I'll keep my eye on it, but we'll see. I decided to do a little, I don't know, doctoring up an old cranberry sauce. This was the one we had a week ago. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have kept it in the can, but I did. Still smells okay. Anyway, so there's half in here, so I'm going to add this to some sugar in here as well as apple cider vinegar. And then I'm just going to mix this together, and then I'll probably add a little bit of, well, I guess the filling is pretty like spiced, but I'll probably add just a little bit more cinnamon and cloves, I guess. Well, maybe not cloves. I'll just do some cinnamon. But you have the nice acidity from the apple cider vinegar as well. And just cooking this until it makes even more of a paste for about 10 minutes. I added some ginger as well, and then cut up a little bit of apples in making these sauce, or soft. It's super acidic, so hopefully as this cooks, and all the sugar kind of, I don't know, I'm hoping it tastes better, because right now, not so much. But even if it doesn't, I was just reusing repurposing the cranberry sauce instead of just throwing it out. And if I went a couple more days, I probably would have to throw it out because it wouldn't be good anymore. It's finally done, yes. And actually the sauce, I added a little bit more, actually I added some honey, so now it's finally not too bitter. Or acidic. So anyways, it is done, yay! It is all cooked because I pre-cooked the filling anyways, but I'm worried it will have a soggy bottom, but we shall see. This is definitely cooked and nothing oozed out here. I think I put my thumb there. But should we see? Oh, it looks so pretty. It's probably just gonna go eating time. So I have it, actually this is the nicer, well, and I have added the sauce on top. Now let's see what it tastes like. So it's basically mushroom and chickpea. Actually, that's pretty good. It was a ton of work. It is now 8:30. I guess typical time for eating, but it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of work. And then halfway during it, I was like, you know, I wish this was actually a sweet pie. I look at it in the cute little like flower cutouts. I'm like, this was like an apple pie or a peach pie. Anyway, but now that I have this, it's good. You can taste a little bit of the like nutmeg, cinnamon flavor, and then I like the cranberry compote, I guess, that I used on top. That's really good. All right, finally gonna sit down and enjoy this, and I'll see if I eat anything else. We ended up not eating anything else, but there's still lots of leftovers. Yay! Over half of the pie left, and Dan also agreed with the little cranberry chutney. It made it so much better. Anyways, thank you for watching this week, and I'll see you guys next week on What I Ate Wednesday. Bye.